Hey there, Leo. Thank you for joining me. This is your reading for February 2016. Really some interesting stuff because I would encourage you almost to go watch the Taurus video, even if you don't have, much Taurus in your chart or anything, because Taurus had three fire sign cards in their reading, and I really felt like it was like Leo coming through this Taurus, the Taurus reading, I guess is the best way to describe it. And there was like a lot of good stuff in there for you, I think, because had to deliver this like very fire sign message to Taurus on the energies that they would be dealing with. And what's really interesting is you have three diamonds cards here, which represent Earth signs. Diamonds are the Earth signs. And so there might be a lot of stuff in there for you. I would encourage you to watch that. But the first card you have is the Five of Diamonds. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I was saying to Taurus, is it seems like Taurus is dealing with like a Leo, like I said, in their readings. And it's like a Leo who's ready to like jump forward into something. That's a Five of Diamonds. Five of Diamonds is a card of great success and a lot of success coming to you. It also says that you have a lot of ideas, a lot of very successful ideas. But it's one of those things where you really need to jump into it. You really need to force yourself to move forward. If any of you have a Taurus in your life, also, I mean, good, because basically what I was saying to Taurus is that they're going to be able to ground the Leos in their life out and then make them move forward. So if you don't, try to go find a Taurus basically out there to kind of push you. But if you can't, definitely push yourself this month. I mean, this card says you have a lot of ideas and they're all good. Like I've said to Leo 100 times in the past, it's like you guys are working on something very specific in your life and are on a very kind of specific journey, and you really need to kind of like force yourself to do things. That's the thing with fives, is you kind of have to force it. You have to force yourself to bring yourself to do it. But if you can do that, you can be very, very successful under this card. What's interesting is you have the Three of Diamonds. This is a card of having a bunch of choices, having choices like on what to do, where to go, what you want to do in life, especially in business or work. But what this card says is it says, and I want to say I said this to you, Leos, last week as well, or for the, I think it was the January 25th videos, the weekly videos. They'll be out by the time this video is out as well. So make sure to watch that. But with the Three of Diamonds, it's almost like you're going to be presented with two choices this month in February, and you're going to have an opportunity to either stay the same exactly as you are, or you're going to have an opportunity to take some risks, to make some things happen, do some things that scare you, but also make you like 1,000 times happier or more successful, or be with the person that you truly want to be with, or whatever. Like I said, it's different for everybody, but you have that opportunity by kind of picking the path that scares you most, and that's what this card kind of says. And like I said, your message was almost identical in the January 25th weekly videos. Next, you have the Queen of Spades. I really think that you are kind of actually and have been looking at your life kind of from above. Like, I think you're like looking at what you've done so far, what you want to do, where you are right now, doing a lot of thinking about like what's going on in your life. And some of you might be like, oh, I'm not where I want to be, I want to be somewhere else, and kind of like having a lot of these thoughts. And I think that's what the Queen of Spades really is good at, is like thinking about those things, but which is fine. It's okay to think about the past and to plan these things out, but she really sets things into motion. She makes things happen. So I think this is an energy that's around you this month, is that I think it's okay to think about how you're maybe not where you want to be, you're not doing what you want to do or whatever. But again, the Queen of Spades, she thinks about it, and then she says, okay, what do I do now? So that's the question you need to ask yourself. Like, okay, I'm not where I want to be, but what are the steps I need to take to get to that spot? And I think that's what you need to do this month with this card, is to think about those steps you want to take to actually get to where you want to go. And like, again, I think a lot of you are, it's going to be probably pretty scary, or you're not going to want to do it or whatever, but those are exactly the things that you need to do to really move forward in your life. And next, you have the Queen of Hearts. an energy of that can sometimes, I mean, I would say the challenge with the Queen of Hearts is being paralyzed by indecision, and I do feel that kind of like energy coming off of Leo in a lot of ways, is that you maybe are feeling a little bit indecisive, not too sure what to do, not too sure where to go. I think the answer is very clear. As I've already said, do what scares you, do the thing that looks different than what it's been like for your whole entire lives. Like I said, I mean, my personal feeling on Leos, and it's not like a personal feeling, but my personal intuition, I guess I should say, on Leos is that, all Leos have been challenged their whole lives. Like, I think Leo has been, I don't know if it's astrological or what, but it definitely feels like for your whole entire life it's been a challenge. Like, everything's just been not necessarily easy and probably all the same. Like, with the similar challenges, always the same hamster wheel type of action. And this card is kind of coming in saying, don't get lazy and definitely keep moving forward, because and go for what scares you, because that's what's going to break you out of this cycle. And what's interesting is I think a lot of you will do it because you have the Nine of Diamonds, which represents new. It represents new energy, new things coming to you, new business. But again, it doesn't just have to do with money. It has to do with everything in your life, and totally entering into totally new situations and times. So I think that's what you have to look forward to in the month of February, the very beginnings of that. I mean, you're not just going to enter February and then boom, it's going to be totally new. Nines are incomplete. They're not tens. They're an odd number, so they want to be tens. So I think you're going to be entering into this kind of like newness, and working through it and really planning it out. Again, those Leos out there that do the new stuff, new things, take a different path, and some of you might be scary. Some of you might be needing to leave careers you've been with for like 30 years or something like that to really kind of shake things up. But I think that's what will really move you forward. So thank you for watching. Looks very exciting, and enjoy the month.